Okay, we might just give it another minute and then we'll get started. Okay. Thanks for joining us. My name's Shannon McFerrin, and I'm the Personal Development Learning Area Convener at Catholic Regional College in Sydenham. And we're going to have a look at the VCE Physical Education Accelerated Pathway. So pathway for VCE Physical Education. So at Year 10 students completing VCE PE will do Units 1 and 2. In Year 11, they would move into Units 3 and 4. And at Year 12, there are 2 other options that become available to them. Options at Year 12. So option 1 would be a university step-up program. So it's an extension pathway with bachelor degree level units completed through a tertiary provider. It gives students a chance to experience university life by studying 2 first-year units while completing their VCE. This option requires college approval and will depend on suitability and students' academic progress. The Uni Step Up experience offers students a vocational pathway into a career earlier than expected, the opportunity in their final year to do a study outside of the school environment, the chance to adopt university skills enabling transition into university later. Option 2, VCE Pathway, pick up a new unit, 3-4 subject. This means the student will not have completed units 1 and 2 of the subject and will go straight into the 3-4 of that particular subject. By doing 6 unit 3-4 subjects in total, students receive an additional 10% increment towards their ATAR at the end of year 12. Most VCE subjects do not require students to have completed units 1 and 2 to be able to enrol in 3 and 4. Class structure. So the way that the accelerated program runs is that students will be attending on a Wednesday from 1:50 to 5:20, and there's a break in between there to have something to eat or break it up in the middle. Generally, that break is around 3 o'clock. And just a note there that during the orientation lesson, Wednesday, the 2nd of December, the class will just run from 2 to 4. So it'll be a 2-hour shortened orientation lesson. So this is a rundown of the units that are studied at 1 and 2. This is also found on the VCAR website. So unit 1 is the human body in motion, looking at how the musculoskeletal system works to produce movement. And there's a few different things that they explore, looking at the human body, obviously, how the muscles and bones work together, how the nervous system, the role that plays as well. There's also a number of practical activities that we do in units 1 and 2 that they will participate in. So obviously it's good if you enjoy the practical side of that, but there is the expectation that everyone would be involved in that as well. Area 2 of study in Unit 1, how does the cardiorespiratory system function at rest and during physical activity? So examining the cardiovascular and respiratory systems, looking at the function of the major organs, and also having a look at some legal and illegal practices and substances specific to each of those systems. Unit 2, physical activity, sport and society. Area 1 of study there looks at the relationship between physical activity, sport, health and society. So we have a look at the role of physical activity over the lifespan, look at healthy lifestyles, participation, exploring the social, cultural and historical influences on participation, and different sports as well. Area 2 of study for Unit 2 looks at contemporary issues associated with physical activity and sport. Students are able to focus on a specific contemporary issue and have a look at that locally, nationally, and globally. And some examples of that have been, this year students looking at the AFLW, women in sport, things like that, disability in sport, all those types of things. And also developing an understanding of the historical and current perspectives of the issue and forecasting future trends. So where do they see that going? Units 3 and 4. Unit 3 looks at movement skills and energy for physical activity. So biomechanics, skill acquisition principles, and how they are used to analyse human movement, skills and energy production. They also investigate the relative contribution and the interplay of the 3 energy systems. Area 2 of the study, how does the body produce energy? They explore the various systems and mechanisms associated with the production of energy required for human movement and consider the cardiovascular, respiratory and muscular systems and the role that each of those play in supplying oxygen to the working muscles. Unit 4, training to improve performance. 2 areas of study there. So area 1, what are the foundations of an effective training program? So being able to focus on information required to form the foundation of an effective training program. Conducting a series of fitness tests as well. And area 2 there, how is training implemented effectively to improve fitness? So looking at the implementation and evaluating training principles, methods from a practical and theoretical perspective, And students also will look at being able to identify and consider components of exercise and training, and they monitor, record and adjust training accordingly. Some other information provided. So obviously, during that time, PE uniform is required if they're participating in practical activity. Attendance according to the attendance policy, lateness and transport. Just on the uniform there, so obviously it's an expectation that students come to class in full college summer or winter uniform. However, PE uniform is required when undertaking practical activity, obviously making sure we've got appropriate footwear and appropriate clothing to be able to participate in any of the practical activity undertaken. As we know, attendance is compulsory, and a lack of attendance would put the student at risk of not receiving a satisfactory result. Any student that is absent is required to present a medical certificate, and that's just handed into the college upon return. Lateness, so we have a lateness policy. Students would sign in at the front kiosk, which registers what time they come in. The minutes that they are late, those are recorded and accrued, and they actually contribute to the overall attendance. So any minutes that are recorded as late contribute to the total absence or attendance per semester. Obviously, getting to the college, public transport or being dropped off or picked up. Very close to the station, and obviously a bus that runs past there as well. They're just my details there. So if anybody has any further questions, you can contact me on our number there, 9361 0000, or via email, which is smcferrin@crcs.vic.edu.au. I'm not sure if anyone has any questions, but feel free to pop them in the chat, or if you want to take down my email there, which I'll leave up for a minute or two, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Okay, doesn't look like anyone's got any burning questions there at all. No. Okay, so thank you for your time. Obviously, I look forward to meeting those students that have selected the accelerated physical education part, or program, I should say. But yeah, as I said, please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or queries or not sure about it at all. I'm more than happy to answer those. I can give you a call back to discuss that further. But I thank you for your time, and wish everyone all the best, and yeah, enjoy. Thank you.